your opinion as an administrator, as a person who works with people with disabilities a lot, if you could talk about your experiences and your patients' experiences with recreational games and therapeutic games.
Okay.
How it helps them.
Well, I mean, they're tied up during the day, right? They don't have a lot. They're basically committed during the day, and they have a long day, and the visitors can't come in until later on, and these kids are younger, so they play video games. It's a good pastime of theirs. So it's good for them on their downtime. So they've worked hard, basically. All day they're in therapy, they're in and out of therapy, it's stressful, it's overwhelming, it's time for them to relax. Something I'm glad to be part of, so they can do that on their downtime.
What would you say are the biggest non-medical impacts on somebody's life once they become disabled, once they experience some traumatic event?
On the non-medical side?
Yeah, on the non-medical side. I mean, obviously, somebody in a wheelchair, it's going to be a big difference, but I mean, as far as their social lives or entertainment lives.
I mean, I guess on the flip side, it's important. I've seen a lot of folks that don't have the company or don't want to do much. So basically, what I'm getting at is if they're positive, then it's going to speed up recovery, or at least going to make them feel a little bit better. So in that respect, like someone that doesn't have friends or camaraderie or family coming in, it's it's tough for them. The recovery is usually not as good, and then someone that's active and finds ways to do their free time, then it speeds up recovery and it tends to be better. And it's something that I've kind of noticed. I don't know how technical that is, but I've definitely noticed it on my own. So
how big of an issue do you think isolation is once somebody becomes disabled or is in a hospital for a long period of time?
Oh, it's horrible. That's what I'm saying. That it goes along the same lines. Like if somebody that basically someone's had the mentality of like in a retirement community, something like that, where they're being parked and that's that. Like they don't have that interaction. It kind of that's like kind of like their brain saying, all right, this is it. Like I'm just gonna sit here and be parked here until I pass on. So if they anything to keep their mind off of that, or speed, it'll help them for sure.
So you think connecting them, let's say, to a social network like
Absolutely, there's no doubt in my mind. Because here's what I was thinking of when you were upstairs talking to patients. They can talk to each other and not be embarrassed, like almost like it could be anything that you and I wouldn't think of. What train do I get on, or how do you get to Florida? Did you have any problems, or where'd you buy that car with a lift? That kind of stuff. Like they might, when you and I are to talk about something, we might not think like they've been there, so it's great. I think it's wonderful, and there's no embarrassment either,
And I guess the last question would be, how much use, or could you describe some of the use of games in general as specifically the system that you helped create or you did create, where they have where a person has an individual system in their room with their own TV and they can play it recreationally. How much use do you think that gets, or how many hands does that see?
Well, I mean, to be frank, we have to catch up. Like, it's so in demand that we're running around chasing our own tails. But personally, as well as it is and received, it's one of my least favorite things to do because so many people want it, and I have to keep on moving TVs and games around. But it's wonderful because, like I said, if they have downtime, they're gonna, what are they gonna do? Twiddle their thumbs? These people need something to do, so I think it's great. Absolutely.